Hello everybody, I'm Random Dude the Fourth, and what you're looking at is my laptop screen. Now then, I promised you guys some time ago in a post that I would go ahead and talk about how I make Let's Plays if I reached, it was either 75 or 70 subscribers. In any case, I have reached 76 subscribers, and so now I'm going to keep a hold of my word and show you guys how I do Let's Plays. Unfortunately, I don't have like a video camera, so I can't really show you the hardware for how I do Let's Plays, showing my capture card, my Wii, and my setup. I can't do that. So for that, I apologize. But I can show you the software part of it. So, what I use to make Let's Plays is called One Touch Video Capture VC500 Diamond Capture Card. And this is the software that it comes with. So what we want to do is we want to click on this. And it'll flash a little bit because my Windows 7 does not like to cooperate with this, and I'm planning on getting a new capture card eventually. Hopefully I'll get an Elgato, which I've seen some reviews on it, and it sounds pretty good. And whenever I get it, I will post a video about it. But as for now, this is what I have, One Touch Video Capture. So now, it'll look like this because my system's not on, but let me go ahead and turn on my Wii here. And how this works is my AV cables, instead of being hooked up to my television, are hooked up to my capture card, which is hooked up to my laptop via USB cord. And so, you're able to see what you would normally see on a television on your computer. It's actually pretty cool. And there's a little bit of lag to it, I'd say about maybe a quarter of a second lag, which you wouldn't think that would mess with you, but it kind of does sometimes. So you gotta get that in mind. So, this is what you would see on your capture card. Now I have to open up my audio commentary recording program, which is called Audacity. Excuse me. Audacity is a very good program. You can do a lot with it, and it's free. So that's the best part. You can make weird noises with it, and all kinds of stuff, and have funny voice effects. Kind of like if you've ever seen me do the bad guy for Fire Emblem, whose name I can't remember at the moment, and I'll put an annotation as to what he is, then I've used this program in order to make his voice like that. Basically, I just used a voice deepener and then added a slight echo effect. So now, what I'll do is, generally, at this point in time, I want to get to where I'm going. So, let's go Super Paper Mario. There we go, start. And we wait to the part to where I want to record. And so let's say we'll start here for whatever reason. So what we want to do is you go to your Audacity and you click the record button. And what this will do is this will record my voice. And you can see that it's recording, and I'm going to go blah 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 blah, because that's normally how I start it. And then what I do is, after I make sure it's working and I get set up and everything, what I want to do is I do a countdown from 3. And I have my mouse over the record button for the One Touch Video Capture. And I say, okay, we're going to go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, go. And now I'm recording. It'll be like, hey everybody, it's Random Dude the Fourth, and this is Let's Play some Super Paper Mario, blah 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 blah. And this will record whatever it is that's on the screen, which is Super Paper Mario at this time. And it's going over the prologue and going about to be into the wedding scene. I won't make this very long. It's just going to be a test video. You know, the reason the book held frightful secrets, not meant for people's eyes. That book came to be known as the Dark Parnassus and was sealed away. This is the tale of that forgotten book, Last Owner. It is a tale of love. It's a never-ending story! Ah! And we'll go ahead and end there. So what we want to do is hit the stop button. And then we'll want to hit the stop button on the Audacity. Now, you'll see that this is still going on. Even though it's not recording, you can still see it, you know, playing. So I'll go ahead and exit out of this, because we don't need this anymore. And once you record a file with Audacity, the one-touch capture card always automatically saves after it records to wherever you choose to save it to. So that's a good thing about that. Now then, Audacity, what you have to do is you have to export it. Since this isn't very long, it shouldn't take much. Let's call this blah. And hit OK. And it'll export. And now we can go ahead and move on to the editing process. Now, the editing software I use is called Camtasia Studio. It has a screen recorder, which is what I'm using to record this. So I already have it open, and here's Camtasia Studio. Now, in order to actually use this, you have to import your media, which is your audio and visual. So here's what we just recorded. And if we go, yeah, I have everything organized, so I'm super organized on my computer, but yet I'm not super organized in real life. Go figure. Anyway, so now that we have both our audio and video, we want to go ahead and combine these. And generally what I do is I have it set for, if I want it high def, I want that, which is what I used recently for my most recent one. And if I don't want it there, then I usually end up going for this one, for a 360 version there. So that way it's not all weird and whatever. But let's go for here, so that way it's easier to do on my screen here as I'm recording. And so you'll notice that it's blank, which is good because it's like the very first frame, which is always a black screen. And we want to move ahead and move our audio commentary here as well. Now then, if your audio commentary is longer than your video, that's okay, because remember all the stuff that we did, you know, blah 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 and whatever. Okay, well that's important for this process called syncing. Now then, excuse me. First thing that we want to do, though, is generally I like to zoom it in, so that way we have 10 seconds apart. So that way, in case if I need to do any cutting or weird sound things to it, and I need to do that sometimes for my videos, then I can easily do that. So, here we go. We're going to go ahead and hit play, and you'll notice that it's kind of small. Well, what I like to do is I like to zoom in on it, so that way it's full screen, so that way you guys don't have to squint and look at it. So, let's see, I think this will be good. Yep, there we go. So now you guys can actually see it. Scoot this over to the beginning, so that way it's automatically zoomed in whenever it's ready to go. And now we have this part right here, generally, which is just me saying blah blah blah. And we want to cut that out, because you guys don't ever see a video with me saying blah 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 in a video. You guys say, hey, sorry to do the fourth, this and whatever. Alright, so this will record my voice. So just see that it's recording, and I'm gonna go blah 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 blah, because that's normally how I start it. Yep. And then what I do is after I make sure it's working and I get set up and everything, you're gonna find the point where I stop countdown from 3. I have my mouse over the record button for the one-touch video capture, and I say, okay, we're gonna go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and immediately after I say go, I pause, and then you use this little button right here, which cuts it. And you remove this from timeline, because that's not important. And then we scoot this over, so that way our stuff is kind of synced to it. Actually I want that there. Alright. And so now we go ahead and so now I'm recording. It'll be like, hey everybody, it's Ryan Dude Fourth, and this is Let's Play some Super Paper Mario, blah 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 blah. Alright, and so now that we have that part taken care of, now what we do is normally I would watch it and I would make necessary cuts and transitions, which if you want to make a cut, you just go ahead and cut to 2 places. Like let's say we want to cut this, and let's say we want to cut this part out for whatever reason. Then you make a cut here, so that way this part is isolated. Well, hang on. We gotta cut this again, so that way the audio part's cut as well. And then you can just go ahead and right click and remove, and there you go. It removes it. If you want to add a transition there, then you go transitions, Generally in Super Paper Mario, I like the page turn because it's paper, it's like a book, and so just make a turn, and there you go. You got yourself a transition. Book came to be no, and so when you're done making all your edits and your transitions and all that, and it's all spick and span and ready to go. Oh wait a minute, I forgot to show you annotations. Alright, so basically, this is what I use for annotations. This very familiar blue square here is generally what I like to use. And so I can put something in here. I can be like, let's see. My name is some random dude the fourth. And you gotta expand that so that way it's there. So that way everybody can see it. You can choose how long it lasts. You can make it last for a lot longer. You can make it last for a lot shorter. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Another thing that you can do is you can change what this looks like. You can have it be red. You can have it be yellow. That's a very bright and ugly yellow color. We can have this dark blue, which I like sometimes, but you can't see the words. You can have it this color of blue for whatever reason. You can get rid of borders to make it where you have no border. You can have the background have no background, and you can change your text color here to white. So highlight that, make it white. So that way we can have transparent backgrounds, which is what I like to do sometimes too. If it's it gets obtrusive, or for my Mario Party 8 collaboration videos, I use this so that way I can name everybody who's who and all that. So that's something that you can do. I generally just like how I normally have it, where I have it just as like this with a border. And the way I normally have it, which obviously is not this, but that, or whatever. So, there you go. Now, once you're done with your video, added all your annotations, did all your cutting, added your transitions and all that, then what you do is you go to produce and share. And it'll tell you what you need to do to next. Make a title for this, so we'll just call this blah. And once you hit finish, it'll render. So since this is only like less than 30 seconds long, I highly doubt. Well, how long is this actually? It's about 50 seconds long. It shouldn't take too long to render. So we'll call this blah. And it'll render your project. Rendering is basically making both of those things synced into one video. So think of it like saving, but also combining. So this isn't going to take too long. Normally, for me, the average length of my video is about 30 minutes long. Could be about 20 minutes long, and so it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes in order to get this rendered. This is taking less than a minute to get rendered, so because it's only less than a minute long. But it's also because of the speed of my laptop and my Acer and all that, so there you go. So now, project's rendered. It'll make your little web page here. It'll make a little test video, so that we can go ahead and check it out. And now I'm recording. It'll be like, hey everybody, it's Sam Dude 4th, and this Let's Play some Super Paper Mario. And now once I have that done, generally what I do is I go ahead, this is my channel, woohoo. Once I record something and I have it saved, I go to upload. And from there, I just choose file. And so I'm going to go ahead and choose blah. And so you click on this. You can go ahead and give yourself a title. Test video let's play. And description. How to make let's plays. Blah 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 blah. Okay. And you can make tags. Tag have different things in there that go along with your video. And since I'm partnered, I can monetize my video. And I don't like overlay ads. I feel that they are intrusive. So I like the TrueView in-stream ads because some of those are actually interesting. And once I do that, I wait for my video to upload. I can go ahead and change the privacy settings to private. So that way only I can see it, or people I choose can see it. Unlisted, where if you have the link you can see it. Or public, where, everybody can see it. I'll go ahead and make this public, just to go ahead and prove my point. Actually, you know what? No, I'll make this unlisted. Now I'll put this link in the video description, just to kind of prove it to you. And so, hopefully this has helped you out quite a bit with Let's Playing. They have suggested tags, where you can put those in there too. Let's see, did I forget anything? Then you can go ahead and check things out. Oh, I have another thing in my inbox there. So that way, you can prepare for your next video. So this has been Serenum Dude the Fourth, and this is me saying, see you later, God bless you all, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. So long.